Strava's real name actually is Ariona. He totally has a girl's name. That's silly. Okay. Let me just think. How are we gonna go about this? Rush in, go up the stairway, kill everybody, and then take out the Tower Knight. That sounds like a plan. You may not believe me, but I have video proof that I have killed this thing with my bare hands. Now, anyway, the first order of business in this boss fight is to climb up on the stairways as soon as possible. The reason for this is to kill these guys. They will pelt you with arrows. It's annoying as hell. I have never not killed them and just taken out the Tower Knight because they are so annoying. And I honestly don't feel like dying to a bowman when I'm trying to fight a, like, I don't know, 10-15 foot tall Tower Knight, if not like 20 feet. The guy's really tall. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I don't feel like letting these guys take pot shots at me while I'm trying to kill the giant knight. Shooting shockwaves and lances that turn into blue streams of light. That's actually his lance that he's shooting at us, by the way. He turns it into energy, shoots it at us, and then it just automatically respawns in his hand, I guess. It's pretty weird stuff, but that is Demon Souls. Let me wait for him to shoot again. Is he gonna shoot again? No, he's not. Hey, ah! Now he's gonna shoot again. He's waiting for me. And those lance shots can come pretty close to hitting you, so definitely take cover if you're not nearby. Okay. Luckily he is a little bit clumsy when you're going towards him like that. Okay. Big strategy here is get behind him, avoid those shockwaves from his shield, and break his feet off. It's literally how you do this. You hit him in the feet until he falls over like so. He got his shield in the way. Just far enough that I couldn't get him. I'll just hit him in the balls. Sorry, man. I mean, honestly, I shouldn't have done that, but... Oh, okay. In that case, he stood there for me. I didn't think he'd stand there, but he couldn't get up. He needs life alert. Well, he would need life alert if he wasn't dead. Okay. So we're 3 minutes into this video and we already killed the boss. That's the Tower Knight. I guess you can understand now why I could take this guy out with my bare hands. He's pretty damn simple, as intimidating as he is. He's one of the easier bosses. One of the easier second level bosses anyways. Because some of them can get nasty. Him in particular, though, it's all procedure, you know, you just have to know the standard procedure, kicking his ass, and then you're just right as rain. Good stuff.
Have you met the last surviving monumental? Those fools revived the old one on a whim. And now they've trapped us here in the Nexus in a desperate attempt to undo their mistake. It's all a travesty, if you ask me.
I always thought that a lant awakened the old one again. They had done that before. I don't know.
Well, you found yourself a demon soul, did you?
No idea.
I'm impressed. Yes, indeed I am.
Gosh.
Stay the path, and you will soon be a monster yourself. Can't you see you've fallen for their trap?
I've had enough of your snarky, echoey whisperiness, you jerkface.
You... Have you seen my corporeal flesh? Has my body gone rotten?
Probably. I'd imagine.
I'm sorry. Please leave me alone.
So you can see as you progress through the game, he sort of starts breaking down on a mental level.
Who are you? I don't remember anything.
I think he's the primary example of what happens to soul-starved people who have lost their bodies. They slowly sort of drift away into insanity before just sort of being gone. But yeah, that is that. So, Tower Knight
forge weapons
down. Gonna go on ahead, repair our weapons. Good to do this every time you beat a level. If I didn't mention that before, I think I did. But
you come back alive.
yes. He does have some things to say, I think, but
Thank goodness I was what?
let's just take care of some stuff really quickly, though. Dark Moongrass we don't want to accidentally use. Soldier's Lotus. Royal Lotuses are really good for World 5. That would be an interesting place to go to next. Since we have the Dragon Longsword, that would actually really help. Sorry, I'm babbling to myself about things. Throwing knife, don't need it. 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 Okay. Put all these away. Oh yeah, put away the pure sharp stones and hard stones and all that good stuff. Mailbreaker, I don't believe we need. Wooden catalyst we do want. Heavy arrow, bolts. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna have many chances to use either. Ring of Gash resistance, put away. And I think we're good for now. Let's talk to him.
Saints, sages, and all manner of wise men watch over the halls of this Nexus. This rejuvenating sanctorium is a fine place for the slayers of demons to rest their weary bones. I too must contribute how I can, for we are indebted to our honorable defenders.
Yes, indeed.
I too, we are indebted to you.
Okay.
I can forge weapons.
Let's see what he has to say, because he does have some interesting things to say, primarily about Stonefang Tunnel.
Well, old Ed's still up to his old strange ways, is he? Even the demons don't know what to do with him, huh? God must save.
Have I mentioned I love Baldwin? He's just awesome.
Back in my younger years, I had the strength of an ox. The miners would always ask me to clear out the bear bugs, which I pummeled with my bare hands. But even I couldn't beat them. So I lobbed them into the lava pits.
This old geezer is a man.
Pretty strong myself. But even I don't compare to old Ed. Man's a beast, I tell you. Man must eat dragon tails and wishing stones. If you heed my advice, you'll avoid crossing him. I reckon he'd prove a lot more trouble than most demons.
Dragon tails and wishing stones, part of this complete breakfast.
Deep inside Stonefang Mine is an ancient dragon burial ground. The bones of the dragons exude ore.
And with that ore, you can upgrade your dragon longsword.
Deep inside Stonefang.
Yes, that's all he has to say. I believe that's the last bit of stuff he has to say to us.
You're not gonna...
Yes, I'm not going to last long here. I've died enough. It's probably true.
Back in the time that I lived below Latria Castle, King Aland left on some strange business, then returned with horrible demons in tow. Soon, the land was ravaged by demons and soul-starved madmen. My spine shudders just to think about it. If I did not have my miracle stone shard, a keepsake of my grandfather, I may not have survived.
Anything else?
Have you heard? If you are attacked by a demon, you will lose your humanity. Oh, what a horrible thought. Just what would happen then? I simply cannot fathom it. Mbasa.
Mbasa.
My grandfather had unusual tastes. He often visited Stonefang Mine where he collected rocks of all shapes and sizes. Most of them had no value. But among them, he found a miracle stone shard, which he gave to me. Could this too be a sign from God?
Was it a wishing stone? Did it come with a dragon tail?
But among them, he found them.
Yes, yes, sign from God. Everything's a sign from God. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Oh, you must be another disciple of God. I too am on a quest to fight the demons in the name of the Lord. May I share God's power with you? Do not be bashful. We are both cut from the same cloth.
So one might say, you kick ass for the Lord. 10 points if you get that movie reference. Okay, definitely want to buy healing. Healing is godlike. Healing is very godlike. And it's a very base spell, you know, I mean, we've gone long enough without spells, it's about time we learned one.
Miracles are the work of God.
The work of God.
May your actions mimic His greatness.
The greatness of God. Problem, though, is that we need to have a talisman in order to use healing. See, with the catalyst, it only casts spells, so usually offensive magic or defensive magic, but nothing like healing, getting rid of status ailments, that kind of stuff. So basically, all we can do with it is swing it out and stare at it confused, or whack people with it, like this guy, just whack him.
O Lord, punish me, for I have not the strength to punish myself.
I think I already said that.
What are you doing?
I'm punishing you! Ha ha ha. Okay, let's not piss him off at me. He doesn't really matter, he doesn't have any purpose here. But, he will, you know, if you kill innocents in the Nexus, it does lower your character, tendency, and that's not good.
Are you here to face the demons?
It makes the game even harder.
If so, please free Sage Frake the Visionary from the Dungeon of Latria. I will help you however I can. I can teach you elementary spells. Sage Frake is a gleaming hope for humankind, but I have not the power to save him alone.
I feel like that guy's trying to do like a Snape impression or something. I don't know, it's pretty silly. Enchant weapon. I think I might want to wait until we can get light weapon from Sage Frake, because enchant weapon has its uses, but really it's very much outweighed by light weapon by the end of the game. At least in my opinion. That's just what I think. Soul Arrow, Flame Toss, Protection. We could use a good amount of this stuff. These are just like the base spells. Most important spells, like most really good spells, they take Demon Souls, and that's one of the primary reasons why you want to keep Demon Souls, aside from like unique weapons. But anyways, that's for another time when we save Sage Frake and Saint Urbane. For right now, we just pay for them with normal souls, so let's buy Soul Arrow, it's a very base one, Flame Toss. Protection will aid us a lot, I believe. Demon's Prank is just kind of silly, I may show it off just for kicks. Water Veil, I think will be of use to us, and the Cloak, Thief's Ring, just wear the Thief's Ring, you know? I mean, Cloak is okay, but I think the Thief's Ring in some ways is a lot better. Anyway, let's show off Demon's Prank.
Be careful how you use it. Normally, it would not be granted to one such as yourself. I had to make an exception for the sake of Sage Frake.
He's very flat. He's not very... He's not overacting or anything. He's definitely far from that. But yeah, this is Demon's Prank. Finally, we can make use of that magic bar we have. But yeah. It just makes loud noises. It does distract some enemies. But, I don't know, I think it could have a use toward, you know, maybe backstabbing an enemy, but by the time, you know, you would shoot past where they are and make them turn around, they'd probably see you, unless you're wearing the Thief's Ring, I guess, but, not something to rely on, I'd say. If anything, definitely use Protection. Never mind. Use Soul Arrow. Flame Toss is a good alternative, although Soul Arrow is just kind of... It pierces through armor, so that's really nice. Flame Toss doesn't do that. But Flame Toss is good against enemies who are weak to flame attacks, like in World 5. There are a lot of enemies like that. So anyway, Water Veil we'll be using when we take on the Flame Lurker for sure, because you want as much fire resistance as you can with that guy.
Be careful how you use it. Normally, it would not...
Blah, 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 I know. Normally, you would tell me to piss off and go eat a baby or something, but you're being nice. Oh, hi. Hello there, Mr.
At its
Estrava.
peak, Boletaria was a grand kingdom. The king, his knights, and his subjects were modest and plain, but also steadfast and compassionate. In the distant southern kingdom, Boletaria was known as paradise on earth. But look at what has become of us now. I refuse to believe that this is what Father wished for our great land.
Yeah, so he's gonna give us some backstory on Boletaria right now. This actually gives us a lot of insight onto some of the bosses we fight in the Boletarian Palace, which is kind of cool.
Here in Boletaria, we speak of the legend of the two swords and the last hero. The two swords are Demonbrand and Soulbrand. One sword banishes that which befouls man, and the other banishes man himself. The last hero is Old King Doran. King Doran is the Everlasting One, founder of Boletaria and protector of the two swords. Of course, only according to legend. But in the dark state of our land, legends are all we can depend upon.
Old King Doran or Dolan? I think it's Doran. He is awesome. He is the man.
But in the dark state of our land, legends are all we can depend upon.
Is that all he has left to say? He does mention some stuff later on about the different knights of Boletaria, and they actually are the three guys who you end up fighting as boss fights. They kind of become corrupt by, you know, the demons and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. But I guess that's really it. Sorry we spent so long in here. We spent like 3 minutes fighting a boss and the rest of the time buying stuff, but this is necessary tedium to reach our goals more easily. I never mentioned this, but if you look in the World Tendency screen and in the Nexus, you can see that top right one is actually crumbled. That's the one from the Land of the Giants. If you go back to the cutscene where the Monumental tells you about the history of Boletaria and why it is the way it is now, it tells you, or he, she, I don't know the gender, yeah, we'll just go with it. It tells you of these 6 archstones, but you actually only ever go to 5. This one right here, which leads to the Land of the Giants, it's mentioned. This one is already crumbled when you get here, so by the time you got here, the Land of the Giants was already just, you know, done for. I guess it was just, you know, taken down so badly that the archstone crumbled or something. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, we cannot continue with the Boletarian Palace until we defeat an archdemon, which is like the final boss of a certain area. I'm not sure where we should go next. Tower of Latria. I think I may choose between Tower of Latria and this place right here, this forsaken, horrible place, the Valley of Defilement. This place, least liked world, I've mentioned before, but very, very bad. Tower of Latria is very, very dark, but kind of cool. And then Shrine of Storms is a very cool area, and it's one of the only 2 light areas in the game. The problem is a lot of the enemies there are really fast, and I think I want to leave that place for probably near the end of the LP. Anyway, next time we'll decide where to go. I think we've done most of what we want to do here. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time, where we will continue on our merry way, adventuring for whatever we're adventuring for. I'll see you next time.